Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Kyle Travis's channel here, and I'm back with the 68 John Deere, and some new things have happened to it. My last video when it was running, I didn't have a carburetor. Unfortunately, the other one that was on it was cracked, and my uncle took it off, and he was gonna get a rebuild kit for it, but that never happened, so I got a new carb for it. And originally this had a steel tank. It's got a plastic tank now. I put on some new fuel line and fuel filter. My dad helped me. He helped me with the choke cable because the choke cable was broke. He helped me fix that, so choke cable moves now. See if you guys can see this. Ugh. I don't know if you can see it, but it works. And I got the throttle cable on. Throttle cable is shoot, I don't know if you can see from there. See if you can see from over here. Well, no you can't. Okay, anyways, this is throttle cable here, but it does work. Works like butter. I got confused because I thought that the throttle and choke were backwards, but I don't think they were. I think my grandpa had them the correct way, because if you look closely, this here says throttle. My camera won't focus. And this one says, oh, it says nothing, but it might have said choke at one time. So this is 11 horse Briggs & Stratton. It was originally 8 horse, I think, and I don't know if it was a Briggs & Stratton. It might have been, I don't know, but my grandpa replaced it with 11 horse for more power. Also, I had a meltdown problem. See, my battery, my dad's battery got roached. Basically, I got it running. It was idling for about 2 minutes. I tried to stall it out by having it on the lowest idle, but it just idled like a kitten. But basically, the starter was engaged, wouldn't shut off. I turned the key back as the off position as it is now, and starter was still going. I took the spark wire off, but it must have been bouncing because it was still running. I even unhooked the fuel line, it was still running. So I have no idea what that means. I thought at first, oh, maybe it's ignition. No, I believe it's the starter. So we took the starter off, bought another one off the Amazon there, and it was 100 and, oh no, it was 50, no, 60, it came to 61 something dollars in total, which ain't bad really, because the other ones on there were around $80 to $90, so this was the cheapest one I could find. This carburetor was about 100 and, or no, I guess this carburetor was only about 50 bucks too. So 50-50. So far, I spent about 100 bucks on this old girl to get her going right. Battery still works though, surprisingly. And we're having trouble. They seem like the starter would turn the flywheel like about an inch, and that was it. It had no power whatsoever. So I imagine the starter was roached because the ignition was sending power to the starter, but it wouldn't completely turn over the engine for some reason. So I got two ignitions here. I got them from my uncle, which he was the original guy who actually owned this. Well, no, actually the original guy was Ken, then my grandpa, and my grandpa gave it to my uncle. He gave me these ignitions, and the John Deere key does fit in them. He gave me another one here with a plug, because I think this is, see, one of these, okay, this wire here I think would connect to the starter, and what I did is I couldn't get it to shut off, so basically, get back to that, I had to disconnect the positive cable, and it was sparking at me. So now my dad and my dad said, you know what? Why don't you just hook up an old negative cable here, and we got a clamp for it like this, so when you go to hook it up and it won't shut off, you just take that off. Good to go. Of course, the next time I'm running this or going to get it running, I'm going to have gloves. And yeah. So that's what's going on with the John Deere. And well, here's the starter here. It's this is the power where you would put your wire on. And this is your ground where you would bolt the mount onto the side of the engine or whatsoever, however that works. But basically, the starter would engage this little gear here that I'm got my thumb on. It would engage on the flywheel and it was stuck. And it seems really, I don't know. See it. Look how loose and wiggly that is. That just doesn't seem right. So we're getting a new one of those, and I made a mistake. I had the address in there, but I had an incomplete address, so I had to cancel the order. So originally the starter was supposed to come this Friday. Today's Monday. It was supposed to come Friday within 3 or 4 days or so. I had to cancel that because I didn't have the incomplete address, or I had an incomplete address, so I have to wait until they email me to tell me that it was canceled, and then I gotta reorder it, and hopefully, maybe this thing will run by the weekend. I don't know. Maybe sometime, I don't know. But it's gonna run, I think. I think she's gonna run. See, there's the wire there that you would hook to your starter. And oh yeah, I got a new pipe for this old girl. This was my grandpa's. It was I think it was off of a side. I can't remember what it was. I think it was off of a truck, and it was used as a side pipe. As you can tell, this is like dented in because they had it mounted to the side of something. And he welded that. He welded this fitting on so it would specifically fit